from daily tasks not because she was contaminated, but because her energy was too intense for ordinary life. Among the Kalasha people of Pakistan, the communal menstrual house, called the Bashali, functioned as something closer to a retreat. Women gathered there together. They told stories, shared food, laughed and rested, while the men and children managed the household without them. For women who spent every other day of the month working from dawn to dark, the Bashali was the only break biology had built into their lives. And then there is the ochre. Across archaeological sites in Africa, dating back more than 100,000 years, researchers have found something they cannot fully explain. Red ochre, everywhere. Ground into powder, smeared on skin, mixed with animal fat, applied to tools, to bones, to the walls of caves. It is one of the oldest and most widespread substances in the entire human archaeological record. And researchers believe it is directly connected to menstruation. Anthropologists Camilla Power and Chris Knight proposed that early human women used red ochre to simulate menstrual blood on their bodies. Their theory, called the female cosmetic coalitions hypothesis, argues that as humans evolved, women lost the visible signs of ovulation that other primates display. Menstruation became the most obvious marker of reproductive status. Power and Knight argued that women began painting their skin with red ochre as a collective social signal, a way to amplify and control what that blood meant. If this theory holds, then the first symbolic act in human history, the first time any human decorated a body with pigment for social meaning, was not art for art's sake. It was blood. Or at least it was meant to look like it. Culture may have been born from menstruation. As civilizations emerged, so did new methods. In ancient Egypt, women may have used softened papyrus fashioned into something resembling a primitive tampon, though historians now say the evidence is thinner than once believed. In medieval Europe, women used rags. They washed and reused them for years. That is where the phrase "on the rag" comes from. Then during World War I, French nurses on the front lines noticed something. The cellulose bandages they used to dress wounds absorbed blood far better than any cloth they had ever seen. After the war ended, the Kimberly-Clark Company took that same material and turned it into a product called Kotex. The first commercially available disposable menstrual pad went on sale in 1920. And within a single generation, the way women had managed menstruation for 300,000 years was replaced by something you could buy in a box. And here's the part that should unsettle you. Evolutionary biologists now call what modern women experience an evolutionary mismatch. Your body was designed for a life of frequent pregnancy and years of breastfeeding, a life in which the ovaries rarely cycled. Instead, modern women ovulate every single month for decades. Each ovulation triggers cell division in the ovaries. Each division is a chance for mutation. Researchers have linked the dramatically higher number of lifetime ovulations in modern women to increased rates of ovarian and endometrial cancers, conditions that were virtually non-existent in ancestral populations. The hormonal birth control pill, which suppresses ovulation, actually lowers these risks, not because it treats a disease, but because it accidentally recreates something closer to the hormonal pattern your body was built for. The ancient pattern. The one where 450 cycles was never supposed to happen. For 300,000 years, menstruation was rare, brief, and woven into the social fabric of the group. Women bled into moss or bark or nothing at all. They gathered in lodges and rested while their bodies did what bodies do. They may have painted themselves red and turned biology into the first human symbol. And then, in the space of a single century, we replaced all of that with a plastic-wrapped product on a shelf, a product most women buy without speaking and use without being seen, as if the most ancient and universal process in the female body is something that needs to be hidden. Your ancestors did not hide it. They did not have a reason to. That is the part we lost. And most of us never even knew it was there. That's all for today. Anyway, please donate or subscribe to fund the next video.